24 hours. Okay, so I think we're live. So it is a gray day out here. I'm not sure if you can see in the distance. We do have fog, but it is raining a little bit. It's misting, I guess is what you would say. It took me a little bit to get the live going because now you have to choose the rotation of your phone. I can't just set it on my gimbal and go that way. But yeah, I haven't posted in 2 weeks. It was raining last weekend, and I thought I'm just gonna work on the house. I do have my kitchen drawers are installed. I do plan on showing that on my other channel. I just have been having such a hectic year start to work. I'm feeling overwhelmed. Hi, Jovita. Thank you for coming in. And I just can't organize myself. Hi, Bud Files. I'm walking over to where Jack and Rain are. I have to move these guys this weekend, which means today. Next weekend, I'm looking at the forecast, and we are going to get down to 0 degrees, which means frost, by the weekend. And if you go by Fahrenheit, that is your 30 something. It's going to be freezing. So that means today I have to get all the tomatoes off the garden, and I am going to have bucket loads of them. I'm going to be tipping this trough over. It may be empty because usually today is when I fill it. Yeah, I am wearing a jacket today. So I don't know if you guys can see in there. They probably have enough water for today. Hi, John. Yeah. So is it picking up? I guess from what I see on the camera, I can see the fog. 100 degrees in South Texas. Yeah, so today is one of those days where I am going to be scrambling. Not only do I have to get everything off the garden, I got to pack up all my garden hoses. So I had a hose coming out here to fill the horse bucket. I had a hose going to the chicken coop to give them water. Hi, Tamara. One to the garden. That's got to be packed up today. And the potatoes need to be dug up. Tomatoes have to be taken off. Of course, I don't have to do anything immediately with the tomatoes. I think I'm walking into the wind here. The tomatoes are still all green, so it'll be maybe another week before I need to cut them up, and we just freeze them. It's an easy way to do it. And then we just pull them out as we need to make tomato sauce or tomato soup. So I don't see, oh, I do see them. I was gonna turn around because I didn't see Jack and Rain, but they're standing in the middle of the fog. I'm gonna center them in the picture, but I don't think you guys can see them. Maybe. They're the two dark spots kind of in the center of the screen right now. But yeah, next weekend is weaning time for the colts. So I am going, not only is it Thanksgiving weekend, I'll be going down to my parents. And I'm not sure what day, so I might not be live next weekend. I know my dad fixed the tractor was running, and something was wrong with the starter. He wanted to make it better. This tractor still worked, but he took the starter off of it. So he has to come out to my place to put that back. So he might be coming here on Saturday, and then I'll go for Thanksgiving on Sunday. I'm not sure. All I know is that when I do go out there, I am bringing back the 3 colts and the 1 mare. It's actually Rain's mother. Her name is Zephyr, and I won't be keeping her with the stud anymore. If She has a colt, and hopefully everything goes well this year. I wouldn't even be disappointed if she didn't catch this year, but it'll be her last full. Hi, Heather. And because I can't pick up a bale with a tractor just yet, all of this hay is going to be moved by hand because I know the other horses are down on their hay. But I guess the horses are just enjoying themselves standing there. They're not eating or anything. And then I never had grass all year. And then because it's been raining on and off throughout the week and a lot of fog, mist, I guess I could mow the lawn one more time for the year before it snows, because the snow is going to be coming soon. I guess the other thing I can show you guys, I brought my car home. The place that I took to get it repaired, which is a GM dealer, said that they got a call from MPI, which is Manitoba Public Insurance for Vehicles. They made a decision that they're not going to repair my car and that they are going to write it off. And so I told the lady on the phone, okay, I'll be there to pick it up. And she goes, I'm sorry, I can't do that. I can't let you have the car. And I was shocked. I was like, how could you guys just take my car over a couple of dents? It's not a couple, there might be 100. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with the car to drive it. I don't even know if you guys, I showed you once before, but I'm not quite sure that I'm willing to give up my car just because it got hit by hail. I guess on the roof you can see it, but they, the place that I had to, or I took it, hi John, the place that I took it decided that they weren't going to do a paintless dent removal on the roof, that they were going to actually replace the roof and the hood, and that shot their price of repair up to 14 grand. The thing is, if I give up this car, I won't have a car, and I would rather drive a dented car than to just throw this car away. Unless they're offering me a huge amount, and I doubt they will. But just for them to say that no, I couldn't have my car. And as you can see right here, I have a hard time letting go of things because this truck is just a farm truck. This is not even registered. I haven't even driven it this year because we never cut hay. But yeah, I always use this to get the bales off the field. But if I put a new battery in this, I could let my daughter drive this around. It does leak oil, but you just keep shoving oil in it. And then here's a bit of a mess I need to clean up today as well. Oh, there's the boys. So I'm not sure that I'm going to stay on a full hour. We'll see. I don't really want to be walking out in this. Chevy pickup truck. What happened to that? It's silver, John. It's still there. It's behind the car. I guess I just walked around it. There you can see all these hoses have to be packed up. John, that's only a 6-cylinder Camaro. It's not the fancy 8-cylinder. It's an RS, not an SS. Hi, Des. Des, I'm not sure what you're saying there. Ad going. Oh. Skip it, Des. I'm not making millions yet. So, yeah, that's about it. I'm feeling overwhelmed with all the work I have to do, but I figured I'm just still going to go live, even if it's for a couple minutes. You sure start losing your count on YouTube when you don't go on consistently. But every time I look somewhere, look at this guy. He doesn't move out of my way. And actually, when I do try to get to him, he's so quiet, I can wrap my arms right around him, which I can't do on Rip. Because it's more, these two are opposites is what I would say. This guy crowds your space, which isn't necessarily a good thing. It takes him a lot to leave, and he just pushed on me here. This is what he does. He gives me his butt because he wants scratches. So I'm fairly confident that he wouldn't spook and kick, whereas Rip might do that. Hi, Pamela. No, Jovita, I only drive Chevys. But as I look ahead here, you can see the rail is down. I need to mend this fence. Hi, Jeff. Horses, yeah, they would. When I come out here, they know I'm giving oats, but it's not oat time, it's just live time. Ice cube in the dents on a super hot day. Oh, yeah. You know what, Pamela? I was looking on YouTube because I wanted to see what paintless dent repair was. And I don't know what kind of glue it is, but they put down some kind of glue and then they put this little suction cup on it and then they use that to pop them out. And then they also use these bars, like metal bars that they roll underneath and they pop them out. And I'm thinking, I don't know. The dents in the car do not prevent it from driving properly. I'm the only one who's ever owned that car. I really have to think about whether or not I really want to give it up. This guy sounds like he's got a cold a bit. But we'll see. MPI is still on strike and nobody has called me to let me know about anything. No, but it helps. What did I forget about? What did Des say? Oh, there we go. So now I'm not sure what else I need to say on my live. Hi, Rebecca. Yeah, Jovita, I guess I could blame my dad. It was actually my aunt who was a teacher, bought a 4x4 Chevy. It was a single cab back in the 80s. It was like those square box trucks. And we got to drive that on the farm as a kid. So he always had Chevys. And then he switched to GM, which is the same company. But I always stuck with liking Chevys. It's so hard to get a good shot of these guys because they come up so close. I need to give them, I drive a Chevy and a Ford. I've never owned a Ford. The first car that I ever had was a Bel Air. It was kind of a hand-me-down from my aunt. She sold it to me for $1. But that's when I just had my son, and carting him around, going grocery shopping was really hard. So I guess she felt bad. She sold the car for $1. It was a tank. I felt very secure in that car, but it was old. And so when I got my maybe first or second job as a teacher, I bought my first car, which was a Cavalier. And I still would have that car. Oh, look at this guy squishing me here. Had my car not, my daughter used the car one day and ended up in the ditch. She was okay, but the car hood got totaled. So we didn't do any claim on it or anything like that. It was just time to give up that car. So I had my black truck at the time, and I think I had the Camaro at the time. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Henry. I don't know. I have a hard time giving up my vehicles. That's why I didn't just say, okay, you can have my car. But I mean, they should be letting me know the details of what's going on before they take my car away. And nobody has offered any type of settlement. So I'll keep my car in my yard until they go back to work and tell me what's going on. I think the dogs found a squirrel in the tree somewhere. I've had these guys closed off because I still haven't gone and put the fence up. But there's the lane. Has it turned from all green? Now it's all leaves. Well, maybe I'll go on the other side of the fence down to the garden. I'll show you guys what I'm doing later on today. The reason I haven't gone and done the fencing is because I plan on changing some of the lines. Oh, and I should show you guys what finally, I went to pick it up at the store because it arrived, but a guy offered to deliver it. So I said sure, because the delivery was free. And there's the mess that's been sitting there all summer. I still haven't cleaned that up. I can hear all the dogs are howling in the house because Bo's found a squirrel. Here we go. I got 6 rolls of fencing and I still have 18 more of these rolls to buy. And I can't, he ordered, the guy that is the manager at the store is actually one of my students from many, many years ago. And he ordered this all for me and it's sitting there. Whenever I come up with the money, all I have to do is go and get the rest. But I'm gonna show you guys. I was at a store and they said, yeah, we got knotted fence, but it wasn't a true knot. How can we point this out? It was just wrapped around like that, which is called a hinge. For it to be a true knot, see how it goes around in there? They, of course, this has a picture of a cow on it, but they say this is tough enough for bison. Although I got the 4-foot tall, because my horses don't jump fence. I could have ordered 5-foot, but then that's more of an expense. But these things are so heavy, like I'm gonna guess about 200 pounds. So I don't know how I'm gonna be lifting these up. But I need to put this fence up before the snow flies and the ground freezes. Was that an accident or did Des say something wrong? I see the timeout little. But anyway, that's going to be all of October. I want to get that fence line up to prevent my dogs from running over to the neighbors. I won't need to make a full pen out there because my stud is going to stay at my dad's for one more winter. It's kind of odd. I don't know why, but the grass turned black. But yeah, the tomato, I lost some, fell off, but that's not a big deal. I've got so many bags of them. And I guess another thing I gotta do is pull up. Oh, here's this tree that I knocked down. I made that video of. I still haven't cleaned up this wood. I gotta pull up all these weeds. And all this mostly is stinging nettle. And I know people make tea out of it, but I have never done that. But today's gonna be a good day to pull this up because the dampness, that's how you get rid of the nettles, is if you soak them in water. So it's gonna help. I'm still gonna wear gloves, but. And then look at all the mushrooms that have grown. I have no idea what kind this is. I don't know of any mushroom that you can eat though. But I would say that I've got good ground if I've got that many mushrooms growing. But yeah, I'm gonna pull this up later on today and just make it all tidy for the winter. Pack everything up, all the hose and, oh, I don't know what else I have here. A couple of rakes, things like that. brown patch, intense heat and dry soil can, oh, well, yes, that definitely, oh, let Bo do his business in private. No, the grass did go black when it was dry. So just looking at these trees that I cut down, I only did 2 for that video, and I haven't been out here. Work has just got me exhausted. I get up at 5 to get ready. I leave by 7:30. I get home 5 or before 7. Anywhere in that range, depending if I have to do groceries and errands and things like that, buy feed somewhere. And it's a couple hours before I have to get back to bed for the next day. So I haven't been getting a heck of a lot done outside at all. But just to show you what I'm gonna do, this is my garbage pile here that I kind of have to, there's some branches in here. I gotta burn the branches, kind of just gotta clean this up. But this, looking straight into the bush, is the edge of the bigger pasture for the horses. And then if I turn to the side, I fenced off, just poorly fenced off this area so that the horses could access the front. What I want to do is move this fence line from where I'm standing. I'm going to turn you guys 180, and I want to make it continuously straight through these trees. These branches on the bottom are going to come off, so the fence will fit through here nicely, and then it's going to hit my driveway and then go off. So it's going to be kind of like a pentagon, or a, no, it's not a pentagon. It'll be a trapezoid. That's what it will be, because it'll have an angle on one end. And then I can get rid of this whole fence line that follows the trees. And who said I have a lot of work to do? I think some of this work is going to be done in the winter because I still haven't done it, although it looks pretty from here. This whole line of trees, which is probably 1/8 of a mile till it hits the property end, all of those branches need to come off because they're all dead because the deer ate them. Yes, Savita, someday. You know what I need to do? I made a list, and I just got to decide to do one thing per day because I only have 2 or 3 hours in a day. Actually, I was looking at the clock one day, 7:40 p.m. It was dark outside already, so I'm losing light. And then, what is it? The time change is going to happen. I think it happens in the beginning of November. So then it's going to start being dark at 5:30. So right for when I get home. So yeah, that's why I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed because there's so many things to do. Yes, John, I realize as I get older, I'm probably going to have to hire some people. I just don't have the funds right now. But it's something that I am going to do. I just crawled under the fence. I thought this is kind of pretty to walk down. Yeah, I'm getting to, I guess nobody really knew because I never announced it, but September 19th, I just turned 50. So, I think, what did I do? I had a dentist appointment that day, so my daughter and I went out. She had a coupon for Boston Pizza. That was my birthday meal. But I'm realizing that if I want to keep this up, because in my mind right now, I never want to move from here, I'm probably going to have to start hiring people to help me do some of the work. Because it just is, there's just too much. I finally am starting to put a perimeter fence up. Thanks, Pamela. Avita, I wish they would get rid of it, but I haven't heard that we have got rid of time change. But a big expense is this perimeter fencing that I want. But it is kind of the beginning of me setting up this place the way I want. Eventually, my goal, I don't know what day it's going to happen, could take a decade. I want to get rid of all the barbed wire. So the plan is to have that fence that I showed you, the knotted fence, is going to go all the way around the perimeter and hopefully contain my dogs. Thanks, Rebecca. And then on the inside for now will still be barbed wire because that's all I have. And little by little, every year, I'm going to start putting planks instead of the barbed wire. But I have to think about where I'm getting fence posts from because I spent all my money on getting the knotted fence. Thanks, Ovita. So all of this fence can come down. I had this vision that in this paddock I was going to have horses, and then I have the road in between, and then there's the other paddock. Thanks, Des. Where the horses are. But the thing is, when it gets dry here, it's not enough. It's not big enough for what I have. And I am going from, yeah, what happened to Des? I'm going from having 5 horses and a donkey to, it's going to be 9 horses and a donkey. Although the colts don't eat like an adult does. But still, I'm kind of, by next weekend, I'm going to be doubling the amount of horses that I have here. But anyway, I'm going to take this fence down so that I can use these fence posts along the north boundary. But the grass sure came back for not having anything. The horses haven't been on here for, over a month or so. And you can't even see the front gate, the entrance to my place from here because it's so misty, foggy. Yes, Henry, you know, I don't even know why they did it in the first place. I think it was, I heard a rumor one time that it was because of driving home, but it doesn't make sense. Or maybe it was in the morning you would be in the light. Where is here for you? Are you asking where I am, Pamela? I am in Manitoba. I'm kind of in the southern part. Manitoba is in Canada, so I'm in the middle of Canada, and I'm pretty much in the middle of the province, but towards the south side. Because they gave farmers that extra time. What extra time, though? That's got to be American farmers because our Canadian farmers are all in the snow. But, so I let these weeds grow and I keep showing them, but I think they're so pretty. It's called an evening primrose. Yes, Pamela. Above you and a little bit more to the west. Yeah, I don't know. All I know is that it really messes me up when the time change happens. I know a couple weekends ago, my dad came here because that's when he fixed the tractor. And he was like, what are you going to do with all those weeds? And I'm like, what's the difference? This year it's evening primrose. Last year it was wild sage that took over the field. So it seems like every year there's a different weed. But I don't know. Maybe one day I'll have a pet cow and let them eat all. Because when I look at the neighbors, they rent their land out to somebody who has cows. Their grass looks so much different. It dies off when it's really dry, but I mean, there's no big weeds growing. The cows just eat everything, it seems. Hi, Kyle. I had goats once upon a time, and there was nothing that I could keep them in with. I thought I had good fencing, and they made that. I only had the hinged fence, not the knotted fence. They took all that down, would jump over it. I even had them attempt to climb on the roof of my garage. They just climb on everything. my black truck, they could climb on the hood of that. It just takes them a couple jumps and they're up. And these were little, what do you call them? Pygmy goats. So I gave up on that. That was my son's project. He used to sell the babies. Hi, Tiffany. What happened? What's happening to Des here? I can't see any comment. I just see that she keeps getting timed out. That's awesome, Kyle. Well, if you guys don't have Kyle, add him up. He's getting closer. It's not you. No, I can see, Jovita, that it was Heather. It tells me who times them out. I'm just wondering, what is she doing that is she's getting timed out for? Oh, I'm like walking right into the fence here. I missed the exit. Hi, Peter. Yeah, I'm just rambling around here. I don't know where to go. All I'm thinking about is Rogue Mod. What's Rogue Mod? No, I only have 2. I have Heather and I have Jovita. But honestly, for a group, we've got 11 in here. I probably could do with 1 mod and be okay. I don't know, maybe I have to reset the mods if things are funny things happening. Yes, they are, Kyle. And that's the thing, I don't have a crowd like some of the channels where they get like hundreds of people. And oh, of course I did the thing when I was building my channel where everyone was a mod so you could share out. But I went down to 2. I think I still had Evelyn in there too, but Evelyn doesn't come around. Well, is Heather still here? Heather'd be the one that could tell us. I'm hearing funny. Is that a bird? Crow? Can you guys hear that? I can't see him, but actually it is kind of pretty to be outside. No, I don't have Nightbot. No. I do not say anything back. I don't know what that means, Des. I don't think you were doing anything inappropriate. Des, I don't have Nightbot on my channel, so the only thing I saw is this really scrunched tiny font that says Des has been timed out by Heather Hopper. So maybe I have to go in and check that. Because Heather said hi at the beginning, though. There's Jessie. Oh, I think they got something in the tree. Maybe I think I'm so, I think to myself that I'm too busy, I shouldn't be going live. But then actually I think this is what I really do need. Hi, nothing but love. I saw Heather come in at the very beginning. So, and I just realized this. I have to take, this tree is very diseased. I don't know what kind of disease this is. This whole tree should just be taken out, but look at all the babies growing underneath it. I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's like at least 20 little trees. Actually, now I'm seeing them in the distance more. I should just let them take off and start trimming my own trees for Christmas trees. They'd be free. We get plant. Is that what that is, Henry? Yes, thank you, Des, for coming back, because we don't know what's going on. And I don't see Heather responding back. I know I have her on as the managing mod. Is that what you call it? So maybe I'll just have to refresh that. Jovita, I know I see you guys saying that Heather wasn't here. She did stop in the beginning, though, and if she didn't, how does she say hello in the beginning? And maybe what I'll do, Jovita, if you're okay with it, I'll switch it up and I'll make you managing mod and I'll just make Heather a regular mod. If you're okay with that, because you know I go live all the time. Oh, that's awesome, Kyle. I was looking at my jalapeno plant. I've got 2 that are so big. I just noticed this. The crows are crowing. Somebody started building a nest. Or maybe it was there all summer. I don't know. Funny thing, years back, this is like when my daughter was graduating. It was the day before her graduation. I cut the grass and I had to move the car. So when I was done moving the car, I put my keys on the trunk, thinking I was going to get them later. And then the next day we went to grad, and then I realized, oh no, where are my other keys? Yeah, Kyle, I don't think there's that many people in here. Jovita, if you want a link drop, just ask Jovita. Anyway, so I lost my keys. I only have 1 set of keys for my Camaro. And I was thinking, I've never found them on the ground, although they could be in the middle of the highway somewhere. But then I thought, crows like shiny things, don't they? So maybe a crow picked it up. Although I would have a heck of a time trying to figure out if they did take it. Oh, crossing the fence again. I can hear him, but I can't see him. As long as they don't go after my chickens. I was thinking too, when I don't have this many dogs, my property is going to go back to being wild again. And sometimes when I do my chores in the evening, the coyotes in the neighboring forest, oh, I see him. I don't think you guys are going to be able to see him. I'll try and center it. Yeah, it's too hard for you guys to see him. He is dead center, straight up from the red top of that fence post towards the top of the screen. They sure make funny noises. Can you guys see him? Um, one of my coworkers found a crow that got hurt and she took it in. He was the noisiest thing ever. And then she took him to the vet and the vet put him down because they said he would never have a life. So I don't know if it was, she was trying to make him better so she could release him. Yes, he's way on the other side there up in a tree. I kind of have him centered on the screen. But if I knew that the crow was okay, I would have kept him. I would have let that noise drive me nuts. That's another thing that I have been noticing is I need to go to the eye doctor because I have glasses because I don't see far clearly and it's been getting worse. So I think I need a stronger prescription. But if I have to look at something close up, I have to take my glasses off because my glasses are interfering. Well, I'm getting lots of sounds of everything. I don't know what this is. A bunch of crows? Oh, it's something smaller flying around. I know you guys don't see it, but he's big. You know, Pamela, I was on my way to get that surgery done. And then I did a career change and I just canceled my appointment and never went back to it. But yeah, I was gonna have that done. It's just noisy today. I didn't get my glasses until I was around 27 years old. Look at us, we're bird watching on my live. Did I lose? Yeah, he's more behind the leaves now. That's a bad angle. So I think I was driving long distances, very tired, and that's when I got glasses. And so I feel like I'm in the same position. Work has put me on a more distant schedule, and I'm driving longer distances. Oh, you guys can't see it, but I think a blue jay just landed in that tree. Yeah, see, I barely have a prescription, so I was approved for it. I didn't have any difficulty that way. But look at this. I've been talking for 43 minutes. And when I came out, I was thinking, I don't really have anything to say because I feel like I'm not making progress on the farm. I'm still hoping that I can get more of a schedule. Oh, let's see if you guys can see him better. That's a cool noise he's making. I don't know what he's doing. Can you see him right where the tree that doesn't have leaves? He's right in the center of it. So there's green on both sides, and then the tree that lost its leaves. I might be angled to the wind though. You know what? I was wondering, Henry, which one is the bigger one? Because this guy is big. Thank you, Kyle. And I think crows are the smaller ones, aren't they? This might be a raven. Raven is bigger. Yeah, Henry, this could be. That would be cool to be flying a drone around these guys, see what they do. They'd probably take it out of the sky. I don't know what that is, but when he does that, it looks pretty cool. Of course, I can see him better than you guys can. That's the one downfall of distance shots. Let's go and see the boys one more time as I walk past. My goal is to have all of this gone, because it's pretty much sorted, even though it doesn't look like it, before the snow flies. And next week I will move my trailer so it's not in the yard, so when I'm clearing snow, I can, I don't have to worry about hitting anything. Whoa, there he goes. And there's my lovely house. What I plan on doing on my other channel is going to be all house things. So the exterior, if I'm doing siding or something, you know that's a raven for sure. I still haven't taken these posts down, but I don't have money to buy. I'm gonna get 4x4s and open up my deck where the corner posts are. Yeah, Des, I have another channel, but I've only posted 2 shorts on it because my schedule is driving me nuts. But I know that on this channel, I kind of want to keep it just the farm stuff, the outdoor stuff, walking around, whatever. And then I'm going to split into any renos or cooking I'm going to do on my other channel. Chez Raquel, like Chez. So in other words, the house of Raquel. Yeah, so I want to take these oak trees, which had I known, you should have taken the bark off. They still would have been good, but they've been up for about 10 years for me waiting to make a covered porch. They're starting to rot out, and I'm supposed to be digging these up. I'm going to replace them with the 4x4 that makes the deck. I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to put an 8-foot tall 4x4, and then I'm just going to extend the roof of the porch. I also want to cover up that ugly white painted OSB with some maybe cedar shingles or something. And this has always bothered me, but it's such a minor thing as the white trim on the house. I want to paint that brown, but I'm looking over here. Oh, I guess the paint just wore off. Oh, look at, he's flying in my yard now. Oh, and there's all my garbage I haven't taken out to the garbage dump yet. Well, Des, you know, if you do look up Raquel channels, there's quite a few out there. Usually they're Spanish, but I don't know, when I type it in, maybe it's because I created it. I'm the first one that pops up because there is nothing else like it. And then some Raquel Welch stuff shows up. But I think this guy's turning into a pretty good looking horse. Cross my fingers I don't wreck them, because he's doing a really good job so far. There's Heather. See? Told you she was here. Heather, are you multitasking right now? You kept timing Des out and we were wondering what was going on. He even looks like he's getting more palomino color up here. I wonder how dark he'll be. But now he's going to start growing his winter coat, so he's going to get a lot, he's going to get whiter. But I know when I bought my, was it just an accident, Heather? When I bought my pony, the one that passed away this year, she was 3 years old, and she looked completely white, and we bought her in the spring, so she still had her winter coat, and, the guy had said, "She's Palomino, and she'll get darker," and sure enough, she did. In the summer, she would shed the coat, but she was always a very pale Palomino, but she threw the best colts because my uncle bought them all up, and I see that they've gone on to become, show jumpers. He's got a team of them, and he got another one, and put him under saddle. He sent me a picture one time, had all 3 of them lined up, and they were all saddled, and they all look similar. Ah, all right. Well, as long as Des knows that it was an accident. I'm tempted if I ever find the time. I said this in the past. I know I say things all the time and I don't do them, but I want to put a saddle pad on this guy. He would probably carry the saddle around. It wouldn't be too heavy for him, just not to put anything. I wouldn't sit on him because he's too young. But I mean, I've given him a big barrel hug around his tummy where you put the girth. So, and he doesn't do anything. If he does walk away, it's because he wants you to scratch his butt. So then he'll step forward and put his butt in your face. And this guy matches the fall colors. Well, now we know why or what happened anyway, because your phone was dying. You know what, Jovita? I got to get these guys on schedule. I think the last time I did them in the spring, and then when the vet came and fixed them, I said, how often? He said twice a year, so it's fall. I'm going to wait until I have all the colts here, and then all of these guys are going to get their wormer, or dewormer is what you call it. So that's probably why he's got an itchy butt. Yeah, I think I'm connected to those guys. I don't know, anytime a channel comes up and there's horses on it, I'm connected to it. So, Painted Desert, and then there's the J Hart quarter horses. I think I watched that one too. That Painted Desert, I'm wondering if it's the one husband and wife that I watch. There's quite a few out there though. Yes, okay. I won't ever show you how to break a horse. I try my very best to do what Clinton Anderson shows us to do, although I don't think I am as tough as he is. I don't know. I try and keep a balance between being kind and not wrecking the horse, but asking them what to do, what I want them to do, and then giving them, releasing pressure when they do what I ask them to do. So I'm by far any type of, like I know Jesse labels me as a horse whisperer. That's kind of a joke. But it worked for Jack. I know the one day I did put the saddle on Jack, and he stood there for me because he is a quiet horse, but he wouldn't move. So all I did was squeeze him with my legs, and I just sat there like that. And it seemed like 10 minutes went by, but it wasn't that long. But after about 2 minutes of me just squeezing on his stomach, he took one step forward, and as soon as he did that, I let go, and the lesson was over. And then the next day when I got on him, it took even less time for him to figure out that I was asking him to move forward. And so he is trained to, the more You just have to squeeze him. You don't have to kick him, and he'll move forward. But the thing is, if he ever was to run away, you couldn't use your legs to hang on to him. So you got to know how to ride. Or he's just going to keep going faster and faster. But Jack's got some kind of breathing problems, and I haven't been on him all summer. I'd like to at least get a ride in before the snow comes, but judging by all the work I got to do, I don't know if that's going to be possible. But he will be with these guys soon, so he'll be closer to the barn where I can get him. And it's funny, I know on a live long time ago, do you guys see? He's got like brindle spots on him. I know it looks like sweat or rain, but it's not. He's got darker marks down one side of his body only. It's kind of weird. I can't do anything, and this guy puts his face in my face. He's a good boy. And he's still a baby yet. They're like a year old. Well, thanks, Pamela. This is out of my, what is she? She's considered, I don't know if you guys know quarter horsers, like the famous bloodlines. He is well, I guess you would if you watch the other channels, right? He is a driftwood horse. His mother is TCR Drifting Snow. And then his dad is Dynamo Teddy, which is my stud. So if I wanted to, I could register him. Of course, they have the Two-Eyed Jack. It's all the old foundation horses. So this is why I got such a good temperament on this guy. Whereas the Dun, I think he has some driftwood as well. But he is only 3/4 of a registered horse because his mother came from Zephyr, the one I'm picking her up next weekend, and she's a grade paint. So that grade paint was bred to the first registered horse I've ever had. That's the one that passed away. He was the one that's the Dun, and that's why I get the Dun color. Yeah, Jack is my sorrel. You'll see him. Oh, I have him on my other videos too. But anyway, they had Gabriella, which is his mother. And then Gabriella was bred to Dynamo Teddy and produced that. And actually, Rip, the Dun, is a full brother to Tyrone, the bay that you see in the middle. So, and I know, I don't know, people do all kinds of different things. I see another channel, she gives out riding lessons to young girls, and her channel just blew up, and she's very successful. She goes to sales and buys horses. Yeah, I need to do more of those, John. I haven't mended that fence yet. But I don't know, there's something about having your own horses and raising them. You know that they don't have any bad habits, and if they do, those habits were created by you. I don't know. Is it me, or I just got lucky and picked the right kind of horses? But I see we're at 59 minutes already. I can't believe I talked for a whole hour. Just pointing at between crows and horses, hey? So I guess I'm going to get going. And thank you guys for all coming in. I really do appreciate it. And Des, it was an accident. So thank you for coming in. Thank you for the mods for always showing up. And hopefully I start getting a video out this week. I know I keep saying that. I just want to do one per week, and then I'll have my live as well. But I just got to get organized with my schedule. And like I said, I'm losing daylight, so we'll see. No promises. But I'll see you next Sunday for sure, though, if I don't get a regular video out. But thanks again, everyone. We'll see you next time.